You know what the problem is? As entrepreneurs, we're in so much love with the solution that we make that we even fail to check if it's solving a problem. The issue is we love the solution more than the problem itself. That's what we're going to be talking about on this episode. My name is Faizan Laghari and this is Ball and Blunt. So you have an amazing idea for a product or a service and you are thinking that it's going to make you rich, you're going to be famous. The idea is that this product or service is going to go out there and people will love it. The issue is that you and I, we don't usually check whether the problem that it's trying to solve even exists. As Ash Maurya says, love the problem, not the solution. See, when we create a service, a product, be it an app, a website, whatever else it may be, we are so close to it that we even fail to check that this baby of ours that is going to change the world supposedly, does it even hold any water when it goes out into the real world? The thing is that we actually want to build something without even checking whether somebody would buy and pay for that service, because at the end of the day, that's what a business is supposed to do. So there's a basic methodology out there. It's called the Lean Start methodology, and I follow that as much as possible, and it has a key component in it called validated learning. Now, validated learning is simply this, that you assume that you're going to build an app which is solving an XYZ problem, and when you put it out there, it's going to resolve that solution, it's going to resolve that problem for people, and they will pay for that service or product, and it's going to be amazing. So in validated learning, what you do is that you have a key performance indicator or a couple of them, and you say, if I'm going to put my app or service out there, it's going to resolve XYZ problem for a person. Now, if that app is unable to do that, you're really going to fall flat. So in validated learning, you create an MVP or a minimal viable product. You put it out there as fast as possible into the hands of a customer or somebody who you think would be your customer, and you look at whether this app or service is going to resolve that issue. Now, more often than not, we love the solution so much, as I said, is that we don't even check whether there's a problem to be solved. So when you put that solution out there in the hands of a supposed customer, you are able to then measure the response that comes in, and via that response you'll know whether you're on the right track or you're not. So the basic cycle of a lean startup methodology consists of a build, measure and learn. So you build a minimal viable product, you put it out there as fast as possible. Now that's a key thing here. Usually you and I, we're so in love with the solution that we want it to be perfect, and we spend months and months on it instead of us putting it out there as soon as possible to see whether it would actually even float. So you build the basic MVP and you put it out there as fast as possible. Then when the customer has that product in their hands and they give you feedback, you can measure the response. So here is where the validated learning part comes in. You're measuring whether what you thought this product or service is going to do, is it actually doing that? Is it actually solving a big enough problem? Because hey, if there isn't a big enough problem, then you're not really going to be selling much of this product. And if you're not selling much of this product, it's not really worth it. So this is where you're measuring that response. So you built it, you put it out to the customer, you've measured the feedback, and now you're learning from it. Now what you learn from it could actually make you one of two things. It's either pivot or persevere. So pivot means that either the whole business idea of the product or the service is completely out of line with what the customer actually wants, or it can't solve the problem that it's supposed to solve. So at that time you pivot the complete idea, or at the same time maybe you'll find out that most of the things they're perfect and there are only a couple of elements in it that won't really work, and you pivot that part of this product or service. Or at the same time maybe you learn that everything that you've done is amazing and hallelujah, perfect. And if that happens, then you don't pivot, you persevere. So you learn everything that you can possibly from the customer, you take it back, and then you either make tweaks in it, you improve on it, or whatever else is necessary to enhance the product, and you throw it back into the same cycle again. So the build, measure, learn cycle repeats itself as many times as it's necessary for you to get to the product that people will actually buy and people will actually pay for. You need to understand, again, as Ash Maurya says, you need to love the problem, not the solution. Best of luck.